Welcome back for another episode where I talk about things on this Wednesday, the 17th of December, 2025. And particularly, we'll be talking about what is happening right now, not far from here, in, uh, in Lebanon. And of course, I'm coming to you live from northern Israel, not far from there, where these things are going on. The IDF has confirmed that in a recent drone attack, it took out a Hezbollah operative who was doing things to resupply and rebuild the infrastructure south of the Litani River, in contravention of the ceasefire agreement from a year ago, which just means, oh, it's Wednesday. Why? Well, because the Hezbollah keeps violating the ceasefire agreement. They keep trying to resupply and rearm south of the Litani River and doing things that are against the agreement that was put in place a year ago. And as a result, Israel has continued to take action against these violations as they said they would do, and which was agreed to. And of course, you keep having the sustained pressure from outside political forces who continue to pressure Israel to relent and not continue to attack Hezbollah. However, Israel keeps doing what it has to do because we're not going to let Hezbollah rearm, resupply, retrain, regroup, and do all the things that they want to do in violation of the agreement. In addition to that, Israel is going to keep applying pressure to Lebanon, to the Lebanese government, to do whatever it has to do to get the Hezbollah out of power, and disarmed. It cannot be a situation anymore where Hezbollah runs Lebanon by de facto. You know, people say, oh, they're just a legitimate political party in Lebanon. No, they're not. Even though they've been voted in, etc., they are an armed terrorist group. They seek the destruction of Israel. They do everything they can to make that happen. And it cannot be that Lebanon is ruled by two guns. One, the official government and its army, which is weak and basically ineffective because they're understaffed and underpowered and underfunded. And the second being Hezbollah, which has all the money it needs from a whole long list of sources, including many that I've covered here time and time again. It's not just Iran. Everyone always says, oh, if you get rid of Iran, you get rid of Hezbollah, you get rid of the Islamic Republic of Iran, right? The dictatorship of the Ayatollah and the IRGC, then you get rid of the Hezbollah. Well, not necessarily. As I've mentioned before, Hezbollah runs an illicit drug network, drug cartel really, throughout the world, especially in Lebanon and the Middle East, producing Captagon as well as hash and other illicit substances, but mostly hash and Captagon, which is an increasingly popular drug amongst the jihadis in Syria and in Lebanon and even in Gaza. Basically, it numbs people and makes them into zombies, letting them go into combat without feeling pain if they get hit by a bullet or something. And it's very deadly as well. So that's one of the main sources of their alternative income sources. And another one, of course, is their well-known illegal car trade, where they acquire stolen vehicles and then they sell them at secondhand car dealerships, which they own across South America. In fact, they own the largest secondhand car dealership network across South America, dealing in mostly stolen cars. So when people tell you that the fight between Hezbollah and Israel is over, it's far from over. It's just media nonsense, political nonsense, trying to pretend like everything is fine and hunky-dory and that there's peace in the Middle East. Well, there isn't peace in the Middle East. Israel still, to this day, has to do everything that it can to maintain military supremacy in the area, because we know very well that our enemies want to come here and destroy this country and kill all of us. We, on the other hand, just want to live in peace. We wouldn't be dropping bombs on the heads of jihadis in Lebanon or anywhere else if those people were not continually plotting to and attacking us. Right? There's a reason that Israel does what it has to do. There's a reason the IDF does what it has to do. And it is because we are trying to live in peace with our neighbors. And unfortunately, they are doing the exact opposite of that. So when we see them doing the things that are in violation of the various agreements that we have in place, well, we don't really have a choice, do we? We're not going to just let them attack us when we have confirmed intelligence that shows that they're in the planning stages and about to attack us. I mean, we rise up and strike them first. Why? Because we can. In the Middle East, the one who has the might makes the rules. Whether you like it or not, might makes right in this neighborhood. It may not seem fair, and it isn't. But that's how it's been for thousands of years. And whether you like it or not, at the moment, Israel runs the military here, runs the land here, and has dominance over our neighbors. And that's why when you see things like Trump wants to sell F-35s to Qatar and Turkey, Israel does not like this, even if we know we will still maintain a qualitative edge. It's hardly a comfort for the government here to think, oh, we're just automatically going to have the edge over Qatar and Turkey. That does not just happen automatically. We need to maintain that edge. And it's bad enough that he wants to sell those F-35s to Qatar and Turkey. When you consider on top of that the fact that these are the countries hosting Hamas and funneling money to them. And yes, Turkey is a NATO member and they support Hamas. And Qatar hosts the biggest American airbase outside of the United States in this region, the Middle East. So it is massively problematic to be in the situation where the United States will sell weapons to the supporters of Hamas, who, by the way, are also doing business with Iran. In case you didn't know that, with the Islamic Republic of Iran, Qatar gets 90% of its oil and gas revenue from gas fields on an island shared by Iran and Qatar. So it is a massive, huge problem. And to pretend otherwise is crazy and foolish and ignorant and naive and stupid. So, we understand there's long strategic games here being played by the US and by the Trump administration, who want their real estate deals in Qatar, etc. But none of that does any good for the peace here in Israel. And Israel has to first and foremost look out for itself, just like the United States has to look out for itself, and just like any nation has to look out for itself. The difference is all these other nations do not actually have an existential threat constantly at their doorstep, trying to destroy the entire nation and kill every one of its citizens. Unlike Israel, which literally has to contend with that problem every single day. So that's going to do it for now. Hope you all do well. I bid you peace, and for my fellow members of the tribe, happy Hanukkah. Shalom.